Hello, world. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Who do we got? Hey, Precious Chaos, Georgette, I see you. Gemini, Little Miss Sunshine. Inga, how are you, dear? Sandra, Devious, Nani, Mary T, Amanda, Tooth Fairy, Brittany, Pretty is, Brenda, I think I said you. Just me, Megs. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Hey, Crazy Cat. Good to see you guys. It is really cold and it is really snowy here. And it's just a winter day. So, I'm good, Brittany. How are you doing? Good, good, good. So we do have some more details on the case of the Kansas City, Missouri woman named Tasha. Yay, I'm ready for Seattle too. So we're gonna, guys, I want to tell you that, oh, you're going to South Carolina, Georgette. Nice. Little warmer. So we do have some more details. I do want to tell you guys that this is extremely hard to watch. It's extremely hard to cover. But these stories need to be heard. They need to be heard for the victim, number one. Number two, it's a child. And number three, we need to talk about mental health and just the stigma still yet today that surrounds it that shouldn't. You know, we all have highs and lows in life, and we can all reach out sometimes and ask for help. So, yeah. So, I'm just going to get right into it. Let me see here.
Kansas City, MO, a 35-year-old woman is charged in the death of her 6-year-old son. Prosecutors charged Tasha Haefs with first-degree murder and armed criminal action less than a day after she was arrested at a home in the 7300 block of Indiana Avenue. Kansas City police were dispatched to Haefs' home shortly before midnight Tuesday night. In the application police submitted to get a search warrant, officers said a woman in the home called for help, said someone was trying to harm her, and the devil was trying to attack her. Court documents show officers noticed what appeared to be blood leading to the front door of the house. Documents also showed officers heard a woman singing loudly who refused to answer the door. The louder they knocked, the louder she sang.
We'll talk about this in just a moment.
Court paperwork. News. Kansas City woman charged with murder of 6-year-old son. By Heidi Schmidt, Tia Johnson. Posted February 16, 2022 /5:04 p.m. Court paperwork shows that an officer looked inside a window home and saw what he thought was part of a child's deceased body. They also learned there were 3 children known to live in the house. Officers forced their way inside when the woman refused to answer the door and found Haefs in the kitchen. Documents show she had what appeared to be blood on her legs and feet. Officers determined Haefs had several cuts and scratches on both of her hands. She also had a cut and a puncture wound to her right thigh. Jackson County Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker released a statement after filing charges in the case. The community now knows some of the terrible details of the death of this 6-year-old child. It takes our breath away, Peters Baker said. Independence Mayor Eileen Weir drops out of April election. She said her office plans to review systems available to make sure they didn't miss any opportunities to intervene in the case, but she stressed that she doesn't know of any failed processes. A child advocate compared the case to that of Precious Doe, the little girl whose badly mutilated body was discovered more than 20 years ago in Kansas City. It's from 20-some years ago, from the Precious Doe case, said Teresa Perry, a child advocate who worked to help identify 3-year-old Erica Green. Now, I'm hearing that instead of the baby being 10, the baby might be 5. So it's the same. Almost the same. Closings, check our list of school and local closures around Kansas City. That's just horrific, Mark Forrest, who lives nearby, said. I feel sorry for the family, and all my prayers go out to family members. It's just a terrible time with COVID just being lifted, and we don't need this right now in our neighborhood. Anyone who may have more information on the incident is urged to call the homicide unit at 81623-5043 or the TIPS hotline 816-474-TIPS.
So, this woman, this mother, she called 911. She says, the devil's attacking me. Good morning, Impala Queen. She says that the devil was attacking her. She murdered her child. She murdered her dog in the basement. She beheaded them both. When the police knocked at the door, they heard someone singing. They saw blood on the porch, out in the yard, drops of blood out in the yard. And police are knocking at the door. They're saying, please open the door. She starts singing. They heard her singing before. She was just singing. And she would sing louder. She wouldn't answer the door. Finally, they got her at the door. They got her out on the porch. They said she was out of her mind. And it's so disturbing. Trigger warning. The door is open. And just right past the door, there's a child's head laying there. Yeah. So, they can't go inside. Tracker, we're going to get to that real shortly. They can't go inside. They don't have a search warrant. They called to get a search warrant immediately. and they take her in the police car, and she's acting all kinds of crazy. And they make their rounds in the house, and they find the 6-year-old child in the bathtub, obviously dead. Now, I'll show you. We're going to go over her criminal record. Um, and talk about that. She is charged with first-degree murder. Hi, Joe. As she should be. KL, Kansas City woman. I think that's it. Bear with me 1 second. Missouri mom decapitated 6-year-old son and family dog told 911 the devil was attacking her, police says. According to the probable cause affidavit for the search warrant, officers with the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department at approximately 11:45 p.m. on Tuesday responded to a 911 call about a disturbance at a local home on the 7300 block of Indiana Avenue in Jackson County. The caller, later identified as Haefs, told the dispatcher that someone was trying to harm her, quote, and said, quote, the devil was trying to attack her, end quote, before she hung up the phone, per Kansas City CBS affiliate KCTV. Upon arriving the scene to perform a welfare check, first responders observed what appeared to be blood at the front steps of the home and what appeared to be blood and hair on the front door. Police determined that there was an adult female inside the home. KCTV reported that the officers could hear a woman singing inside her house, and when they knocked, the woman sang even louder. While trying to make contact with the woman, police learned that multiple children lived in the home and had not been seen in several days. Officers looking through the windows then saw what appeared to be a severed head of a young child near the threshold of the front door. Fearing for the safety of the children who may still be alive inside, police forced their way in the house through the back door. Okay. They actually got their way in. Once inside, located the decapitated body of a young child near the front door of the residence, per the affidavit. This is Tasha Haefs in another arrest that she has been in. This is not a recent photo of her. The woman, later identified as Haefs, was covered in blood and was immediately arrested. Kansas City crime scene unit responded and took over the scene. Investigators said they recovered a knife handle, and a screwdriver that were covered in what appeared to be blood and tissue from inside the dining room. Another bloody knife was recovered from the basement where police said they had found a decapitated dog per KCTV. According to the police affidavit, I can say it, affidavit. Why am I saying that? According to the police affidavit, affidavit. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm upset. Haef waived her Miranda rights and provided a detailed statement to investigators. The document says that she told police to the police that the child was her biological son and that she, quote, admitted to killing the victim in the bathtub and decapitating the victim, end quote. It continues. KCTV said Haef also reportedly denied having any kind of mental illness. Prosecutors had requested that Haef be held without bond. In a state, Jackson County prosecutor Gene Pierce Baker said the 6-year-old's death, quote, takes my breath away, end quote. It reads in part as follows. The child's death is calling for something more. Our community must heed the law. Law enforcement, prosecutors, public health officials, social service provides all of our many partners must work together to address the violence. Some collaboration are needed to lean into this difficult challenge and better protect our community's most vulnerable population, our kids. You hear the sirens? What am I gonna do? Let's also focus Kansas City on the violence among us. It's a challenge we can no longer ignore. We cannot become complacent in 180 or 170 or even 150 homicides per year and hundreds more shot but not killed. We've seen the horror that has occurred when we don't work together to help our community members avoid a future of violence. Haef is currently being held in the Jackson County Detention Center. Online records indicate. Here is the affidavit um, in the Circuit Court of Jackson County, Mississippi. Tasha Haefs, 7312 Indiana Avenue, Kansas City, Missouri. Date of birth 1787. Um, let's see here. Trying to read the affidavit here. Upon arrival, officers observed. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Probable cause statement form page 1 of 2 450 PD.
Hold on. Just bear with me 1 second. Downloads. I think it's very important to hear the affidavit.
Probable cause statement form page 1 of 2 form 50 PD. Revelation. September 2008. Date. February 16th, 2020.
I don't want it to start from there. My mic is cutting. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I cutting out? I just got a text. Can you guys hear me okay?
The facts supporting this belief are as follows. On February 15th, 2022, at 2,345 hours, uniformed officers of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department dispatched to 7312 Indiana Avenue, Kansas City, Jackson County, Missouri on a reported disturbance. Upon arrival, officers observed apparent blood on the front steps of the residence, as well as apparent blood and hair on the front door of the aforementioned residence. Officers were able to determine the residence was occupied by a female, however, she refused to answer the door. During the course of the contact, officers learned that multiple children were known to reside in the residence and had not been seen for a few days. Officers, while attempting to make contact with the female occupant, observed what appeared to be the severed head of a deceased person near the threshold of the residence. Officers, fearing for the safety of any children remaining inside the residence, forced entry under exigent circumstances, and took the female occupant, suspect, into custody without incident. A protective sweep of the residence was conducted. During the course of the protective sweep, officers located the decapitated body of a young child near the front door of the residence. The female suspect had apparent blood on her person, and 2 knives with apparent blood on them were observed in plain view throughout the residence. No other children were located in the residence. Officers then exited and secured the residence. Detectives from the Kansas City Homicide Unit were notified from the scene. Detectives applied for and obtained a search warrant for 7312 Indiana Avenue, Kansas City, Jackson County, Missouri 64132 in regard. During the execution of the search warrant, detectives
Okay, it stopped. I don't know.
Missouri mom decapitated 6-year-old.
Oh, don't read that. Yeah. So, where the hell go? So I want to show you guys her background. Yeah. Listen, this may be a mental health thing. I don't know. I'm not the judge or jury. I'm not God. But I'll tell you what, mental health or not, it's evil. It's evil. This woman, in my personal opinion, is evil. This just doesn't happen overnight, in my opinion. And I think you may agree with me once you see her record. She has quite the record. So let me guys show you some stuff. Okay. We're going to go to her criminal record. Criminal and traffic records. I want to get my face off of this. Oh, thank you, Joe Murray. I appreciate it, honey. Thank you so much. Okay. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit to make it a little bit bigger for you guys. All right, criminal and traffic records. So number one, it doesn't really, I don't know what the code is for. Down here, driving while barred. This was on 7/26/18. Guilty. Right? They also charged her on 7/26/18 guilty, misdemeanor, possession of controlled substance. It says marijuana. Third, I guess it's her third suspense. I don't know. Or her third time. Yeah, I guess it's like her third time getting the marijuana charge, which weed to me is not really a big deal, but next one, they also got her 7/26/18. It was dismissed. Driving while license denied or revoked. Number 2 on her record, Tasha Lynn Haefs. I don't know exactly what this is. It doesn't really say. But 1/5/18, guilty, misdemeanor, driving while barred. So she was barred from driving. 1/5/18, same one. It was dismissed. Driving while license denied or revoked. Excuse me. This one I thought was interesting. 7/26/18. Guilty, misdemeanor, violation of probation. So she was on probation in 2018. What date is this? 7/18/17. Guilty. Operating while under the influence, first offense. Now, when we say operating under the influence, in our minds, generally, we think of alcohol. This, under the influence just means under the influence of a substance. Excuse me. It doesn't necessarily mean alcohol. Now, this was 7/18/17. 7/26/18. This is the court. Violation of probation. She's found guilty. Number 4 on Tasha's record. I didn't look at the other. This was also, yeah, this was in Iowa. She moved around. Number 4 on her record, Iowa. The date is 7/18/17. Operating under influence, first offense. Violation of probation. All right. So now we're in 2014. Guilty, misdemeanor, unlawful possession of prescription drug. Six. 4/17/2012. Found guilty, misdemeanor, possession of a controlled substance. Again. Number 7. 2011. This one's in Missouri. 2011. She pleaded guilty. Misdemeanor Class C. Offense as owner, operator, or authority another to operate a motor vehicle without maintain financial RES. I don't even actually know what that means. I guess she something with probably with paperwork with the financial records, I guess. Okay. Now we're at 2009. This is in Iowa. Now, back to Iowa. It was Iowa, Missouri, Iowa, Missouri. Not only is she a druggie, she's a thief. Theft, 4th degree, pled guilty. Number 9 record. This is in Iowa. Department of Corrections. Sent in date 201-807-26. Okay. Not specified. Number 10. Now we're back to 2017 and 2018. I guess the offense was 2017 or court date was 2018. Guilty, driving while barred. Some people never learn, folks. Some people never learn. All right, 2018 again. This one was dismissed. Misdemeanor. Driving while license denied or revoked. 2017, 2018, pled guilty, misdemeanor, possession of a controlled substance, second offense. Second offense. 2018. guilty, misdemeanor, violation of probation. Number 11, 2018. Guilty, misdemeanor, driving while being barred. She must have kept the roads hot. 2018. Just says guilty, misdemeanor. Possession of controlled substance. It said marijuana. Third. I guess it would have to be a large amount, probably. Date 2018. Dismissed. Driving while license denied or revoked. To me, it doesn't matter that it was dismissed or not. It matters that she is doing this. She's not supposed to. All right. 2012. Theft, 5th degree. Guilty. 13. 2014. We're in Iowa. Guilty, misdemeanor, theft, 5th degree. Okay, Iowa. This is in 2016. Public intoxication. Iowa, 2009. Pled guilty, misdemeanor, theft, 4th degree. (2012) Guilty, possession of a controlled substance. (17) 2014 Guilty, unlawful possession of prescription drugs. 18 Let's see here. I guess she went to jail for that. Department of Corrections. So, there you have it. She is 35 years old. Yep. And you know something? You know what I'm curious about? And I pray this did not happen. She has other kids. Where were they at? Where were they at? You know, I hope they were at their friend's house or something, or their dad or something. $35. Yes. Well, they, I mean, they weren't left by themselves at that house because there was just one kid. But where were the other two kids? And we have to ask ourselves, was she just playing crazy? I mean, it's sad we have to ask these things, but was she just playing crazy? There was no other persons in the house other than her and the one child. Why? Why? Kelly, I don't know. These people, they probably have a lot of guys. Anybody want to come up? Hear your opinions, thoughts? Probably, Amy, just like Lori Vallow. There is nothing. Oh my God, I go so crazy thinking about Lori Vallow. Incompetent to stand trial. My ass. No. No. I don't care. Everlasting, that's a very good question. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me one bit. Hello, Precious.
Hi, Justice. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I
How's
made
everything?
I made a little comment in the chat saying I noticed she had a said education. It said she had a nursing diploma, nursing degree, or she went to nursing school or something. And I made a comment saying, I wonder if she was stealing drugs from her jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like she was a nurse and she was nursing.
It said nursing support. So probably
nursing
like
aid support. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
But
I
if
don't know.
that was it, she could have been. That's a way that she could have had access to ridiculous types of prescription. You know what I mean? Prescription medication that people could, that they use to get addicted on or whatever. So, but that was my mistake. It was an 8. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. She's got like what, 19, 20 charges and she's only 35. That's just wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's insanity.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't think it's cannabis, people. I'm telling you, there's no way that smoking
It's not cannabis, no.
makes you do that.
No.
If it's anything, she's smoking dirty cannabis, like something laced with something. Because
right.
I've never done it. I've never met somebody smoke cannabis and they went crazy.
No, you don't see people who
so
smoke, get their face eaten off.
Oof. Yeah, I don't know about other children. That is really, we saw didn't we see in a photograph? Wasn't it 2 children? We saw her pose. I thought she was posing with 2. We saw it was a boy and a girl in that photo.
I have the child's name now, by the way.
Okay. Because I thought we saw the photo with her with two children. Looked like a boy and a girl.
Yes. Just bear with me and I'll find it.
Yeah.
This is just insanity.
It absolutely is. I never thought I still hearing this. I still have to tell myself what he's saying is real. Like this isn't a joke. This isn't some movie. Like this is like I still have to tell my brain this is real. This is real what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to wrap your mind around it.
Yeah.
Let me share this.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin. Oh, you sound bad, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Hey.
You sound bad.
Yeah, I had to change my pain management appointment for next week. And I have a video appointment with my primary care at 3 o'clock today.
Oh, no.
So I'll do a video with him at 3. Anyway, yeah. I don't know what the heck's wrong.
Do you not feel bad? Is it just you sound bad, but you don't feel bad?
What?
Or do you feel bad?
I feel
Do
bad. I
you feel
feel
bad?
I'm a little fever.
A
You know,
little fear.
I feel a little tired and weak, and like I said, a low grade fever. Last time I took it, it was 99.6. So
Yeah.
nothing big. Anyways, I just wanted to jump up for a second and say,
Oh,
hey, y'all keep me in your prayers.
bless your heart. God bless you. I hope you feel better, hon.
Thank you. I'm gonna go
Let us
on
know how your
mute.
doctor appointment goes, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out up here, but go on mute.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sure. Absolutely. You're welcome to.
Hey, thanks.
Um, let's see here. Um, I have so many
Well, I
tabs
hope you
pulled up
feel
right
better,
now.
Robin. I'm sorry, your voice. I hope you feel better soon. Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let me just see if I can Google it.
Well, you would think if that's what I mean, just makes you think that the other child, if she has more than one, must be in protective custody right now until they figure out what happens. It has to be. It doesn't make sense that they would not find where the other child
I
is
mean,
located to make sure her other children
uh,
is safe. You know what I mean?
yeah, when was the last time? I forget when she was in jail. You know, I was thinking, did she have kids then? Where would the kids have stayed? Would they have been in foster care? Would they have been with the grandparents, sisters, aunts,
The
uncles? You know
father
what I
or the
mean? Like,
father. Yeah, it's true. There's
yeah.
not much there. Right, right, right.
Who are we
Uh,
talking about?
But
I'm
we do know
sorry.
she had more than one because we saw the photograph. We do know she had more than one. Yes. Yeah.
I'm kind of
okay.
late to the party.
His
Who are you
name.
talking?
Hey, no, we were talking. I was talking to Precious Robin.
Okay, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna go down and chat. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, honey. You
All
hope you
right,
feel
I love you
better.
guys. All right,
Feel
All right,
better
bye.
you,
soon,
honey.
Robin. God bless.
Okay, so I'm not a robot. I don't want. Is it? No, I'm not gonna. Okay, caught. There we go. Okay, is it showing it?
Yes, I can see his share screen.
Look,
Yes.
this is the little boy's name.
Oh, beautiful name. Carvel. Beautiful name.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I can show you a picture of which child it was as well.
Well, I hope at some point the news or the police, whatever, make some type of statement, let us know, because people can eventually see people's Facebook photos and can realize she has more than one child. And people, I'm sure, wondering, like,
Which one?
where are the other ones? Like, can you let us
Yeah,
know that they're okay and safe and they're all right? And it's, you know,
absolutely. I mean,
mm,
it's.
mm,
I mean, what's your opinion on this precious chaos about?
mm.
I know it's a very sensitive topic, but like, when it comes to mental health, is this something that could be mental, or is
I
this?
think it's a combination of both. I think it's mental health and drug abuse. I think it's the combination of both.
You
I
think
think it's a
so?
combination of mental health and drug abuse together made her brain go wherever it went. Damage was done worse by the drug
Yeah.
abuse, made it that much more worse.
So you're saying that it's you think it's so the drugs fuels the mental.
I believe absolutely. Personally, when I was in treatment and I was inpatient with people, I brought myself in voluntarily. I mean,
It's this
I
child
was
right
saying, well,
here.
that's what I'm saying. Yes. So we have the picture of the two. So we know
It's this
because they look
child,
similar.
the one I'm
Yes.
circling, the one
So
on
yes.
the left.
Okay. So that means she has a little boy then. That
Yeah.
looks like she has.
It's,
Wow.
it's a little
And
boy.
what year was that? 2008?
16.
16.
I think it was. Yeah.
Mm.
That's the one they had on the news, at least. Forgive me, Father, if I'm wrong, but that's the one they had. They had this child cut out.
Unless it would be the other one, because
They
if
look
that
like twins.
I was gonna say if that was taken in 18, he would look older now because it's 2022.
You
So that
see,
means the older one might be at this point, maybe like what, like
you see
11 or
this. It looked like it would be this one, right?
that's what
But
I'm saying. Yeah.
this was 2019. That kid's not 6 years old. But
There's no
that kid's not
way.
6 years old either.
No. But if we add 3 years, wow. I don't know if it's the taller one. I think it's the youngest one. Maybe that. Oh man,
This looks like a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah, give or
13
take. Yeah,
months.
about two-ish, give or take. Yeah, between 2 to 3. Let's say max between 2 to 3. The little one.
Okay, so then that.
So it could have been possibly the little one because we add 3-4 years to 2022. Now we get up to the age of 6 or 7. So it could have been. Oh wait, let's see this one. How many? Same thing too.
I don't know. Who's turning their head right now?
I am. I swear to God, if I turned my camera off,
I am.
you were going to the right. I was tilting to the left. We were literally
Yes.
polar opposites of the head tilt.
Well, that's because you're in Canada. I'm in the United States. You drive on one side of the road. I drive on the
There
other.
it is. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, she's a pretty girl there.
That's what I'm saying. So she did put photos out of her children. That's why I'm saying people would be like, well, what
Ugh.
about her other child? Where is her other child? Like,
Okay. How many kids has she got?
oh, so okay, there's the father. Okay, there we go. Maybe there's okay. I think there's a family photo that looks like that was the father. I think looks like that might be the father. And
But
then
this is a girl. I mean, it could be his. They may not, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Could be a blended family.
Yeah.
Ultrasound 2015. 2021. Yes, so this would 2015 to 2020 that would be 6 years, right?
That's right. Yeah.
You know, this really depresses me seeing this.
No, it does. It really does. There's just no
Because you
again,
look
that's
at
why I don't
this.
understand it. Like when she says, the devil was attacking me. Okay, this is what I don't understand, ma'am. If the devil is attacking you, why are you attacking your child and a dog?
Yes.
They're not the devil. So that's what I don't understand. If you're just saying the devil's attacking you, why are you not trying to quote unquote, hypothetically, whatever you're seeing, try to attack the devil back? Why would you attack your dog? Why would you attack your dog and your child? They're not the devil. That's what just throws me off is who she hurt, saying that the devil was attacking her. So then she attacked a dog and that's where I go. I don't get this all. I don't get this.
Yeah. Shit. Hold on.
It's a total break. It's a total psychotic break. She had a complete and utter psychotic break, but the drugs is what led to that psychotic break.
Yeah.
Use of drugs.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Because if you already have a mental health disease, right? And then you start taking hard drugs, whatever, crack, okay, hard drugs, your disease gets worse. It can suddenly be where you have depression, and now you're schizophrenic because you abused hard drugs.
It's like having a kidney disorder or a liver disorder and drinking.
Exactly. And then you flared it up into cancer. So in this case, it's like you had depression, but now you used all these horrible drugs. Now your depression had a break. Now instead of depression, you got like schizophrenia, a higher, worse level of a mental health disorder.
Right. So, but when I see this ultrasound, I think of this baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, what's in store for it.
Yeah. It's sad when you look at that picture now, does it? It's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you're only going to live here 6 years. And your mother's going to do it to you. It's too much.
What state did she live in? Did she live in a state where it was
Kansas
legal?
City, Missouri.
Is it legal there? Recreational, medicinal? Is it? I don't know. Is it legal down? Not there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but Kansas City's getting to be very dangerous.
I
It
guess it's
seems
not
like.
Dorothy and Toto anymore. We're not in Kansas like that anymore, are we?
No, apparently not.
Mhm.
Hey, Jackie, is Jackie, is it getting kind of dangerous there? I mean, it seems like it's getting the statistics,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. And sadly, people will do that. People, as disgusting it is, they will grab regular clean cannabis and then lace it with some strong crap. And then
Yeah.
people won't know. And they think they have clean cannabis. And then the next thing you know, they're smoking something laced with fentanyl or laced with something. And then there you go. Like that's how quickly it in one puff could seriously end your life or give you a nervous breakdown. So I tell people, make sure if you're going to do it, make sure it's clean. Make sure you get it from like a dispensary or somewhere because you know it's definitely cleaned. It's definitely taxed. It's the stuff that's on the market. Just try to stay away from buying off the streets, man. It's just so bad on the streets. It's so
Yeah.
bad.
This damn thing is. So yeah, it just.
Because that's what they do. They can't grow cannabis where like the THC is strong enough. So they lace it with other stuff to make it stronger because they're not proper bud tenders. They don't know how to grow the plants to make them potent. So they lace them after. And yeah, it's not good. I've never happened to me, thank God. But I've always told people, if you ever sell me something that's dirty, when I get out of the hospital, I'm gonna come back and kick your ass. This marijuana better be clean before it became legal and I went to dispensaries. And that's why I say, if you're
Yes.
having a steak, God bless, where you have that, please go to the dispensary. Do you know for sure that is approved by the government? It is clean, it is regulated. That's the only stuff you want to touch. Don't
Yes.
chance it with the stuff on the streets. Don't chance it with the stuff at some walk-in corner store. It's not worth it. Don't chance it.
Yes. Plant Diva, you are absolutely right. Well, if you're buying pills, they make them.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, they make cannabis
pharmaceutical.
pills. Yes.
But, with the H
Mhm,
word, the drug,
mhm, mhm,
and stuff, people,
mhm.
they don't know what's in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kimberly.
And that's why I'm so relieved, like I said, because I know every time I don't have to ask at the dispensary. You
Hello.
know what I mean? I could just see it. Like there's the seal of the Canadian that shows you that it's been taxed, it's been
Hi,
lifted.
honey,
Like I
how
said,
are
because I know
you?
every time I don't have to ask at the dispensary. You know what I mean? I could just see it. Like there's the seal of the Canadian that shows you that it's been taxed, it's been
Hi,
lifted.
honey,
Like
how
I
are
said, because I know
you?
every time
You're echoing, Kim.
I just have to ask at the dispensary. You know what I mean? I could just see it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you muted yourself.
So,
You
and sometimes it's sad too, because I've noticed even sometimes in America, because I did watch this one documentary on the Vice. It's called Vice, VICE. It's a YouTube channel, big channel.
Yeah, I know Vice. I like
They did a documentary on dirty vapes that are being sold in America. So what they did was they went to like 2 or 3 different stores and they had an undercover camera and they were like, I want to buy a vape. Like, do you have like, dispensable ones, dispensable, not the regular, but the dispensable ones.
the
And
disposable. Yeah.
they were like, yeah, we got some. And they bought it like 3 or 4 different stores. Then they took it back to the science place. And when they ran these vapes and put it up, they just showed how many poisons and chemicals were in some of these dirty vapes that they were telling people. Like, there's people they know that did one hit and they ended up in a hospital with like mental problems for like the rest of their life or seizured. And I was like, are you serious? And you can't tell the difference between the only way you can tell if it's a good one is you go online and you punch the serial number of the vape and it'll come up on the website, their website, whether it's a legal one that they actually distributed or whether
Uh-huh.
it is a dirty one. And I
Right.
was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And some of those vapes made it into my country. And that's what blew me away. Was some of them actually made it into my country because then I turned around and found out that one of the ones I bought ended up being a dirty vape that was smuggled in from America. And I lost my mind when I saw that and I threw it away immediately.
Sure.
Immediately.
Hey, Kim.
Hi, honey, how are you? Am I echoing still?
Nope. You're good as gold.
You're good. You were just playing the YouTube video was playing in the background. That was the echo we were hearing.
Well, I
Yeah.
was trying it on my laptop and I forgot I had to mute, so I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So we don't have to apologize.
I
No
wanted to
problem.
also say about kids in school with
this has happened this year. My child came home and told me that, you get the Kool-Aid packets and you
Uh-huh.
put them into the bag, like a Ziploc bag. And some people mix it with sugar and kind of do it like a fun dip when we were kids.
Uh-huh.
They're also putting things in that. And many kids were sick at the school, and some of them had to be transported to a hospital because there was, I don't know what was in it yet, but I'm sure to find out. But you know, that is also a thing now.
Oh my God, I know the fun dips. I love those. I did those growing up with the little powdered and the little sugar stick. But they're wait,
Yep,
they're
but
creating these
you're
little-
saying it's Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's like packs of Kool-Aid that you buy, and then they pour
Yeah.
it into a Ziploc bag,
Okay.
and then they add a little sugar to it. So apparently
Oh,
that's what it looks like. And then they're
add
crushing
something.
pills, or they're putting
Oh,
something in with the Kool-Aid and sugar mixed into the Ziploc bag.
that is just evil and sick. You're gonna kill people. Oh my God. That's insane.
People are
Unbelievable.
crazy.
That's insane.
I don't know.
Oh my God, that's so wrong. And Kool-Aid, that's a good way to target near the kids. You picked Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Our kid doesn't like Kool-Aid.
I still like Kool-Aid. Not that I drink it very often, but I still like Kool-Aid. It gives me a cup. I'm 47.
I mean, this lady is really evil. What the hell did she do, to make her go off,
I think it was a psychotic break. I think she was like not having well, and then she must have did some drug at that night or moment, and whatever drug she did at that night
God
threw her
knows what
right
it was.
over, like just right over the effing edge. Like I said, she was hearing like she said, like I said, I've been impatient. I've never in a woman's war with these women, and these are like my sisters. I love these women, and I'll always carry them my whole life. Never did I ever see a woman on that floor ever claiming or screaming that they were hearing this stuff. Now, where did I sometimes hear that happens? On the other floor where the schizophrenics are. Now that
Right.
could happen there. So that's what tells me that she must have been mental health, and then she did some hard ass drug, and whatever hard ass drug that was just took her psychotic break right over. She just had a psychotic break. There it is.
This story just really bothers me. It
Yeah.
really bothers me.
And then you hope that it was, I mean, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Justin, but I hope that it was some sort of wild drug this woman took, because
Yeah.
I can't swallow that
Yeah.
a mother could do that to her child. I can't swallow it.
I can't either.
I told you what I do to her in
Not
text.
a sane
Oh,
mother.
absolutely.
I mean, something has to happen. I mean,
Yes.
I think she should be beheaded.
I do
Yes.
too. I think death penalty for this case. Absolutely. I think they should petition for the death penalty for this case. Mm-hmm.
Does Missouri have death penalty?
I wish.
Probably. Who knows? But now when it comes to death penalty cases, it's all, oh, we don't got the right drugs. Oh, we do, it's like,
I mean, right drugs. What happened to the good old days? Throw them in
I'm
the chair,
like-
throw them in the chamber, switch this stuff over. Let's go. We got to
Yeah.
all send them off now the way we set off our loving pets. We give them a nice needle and they go to sleep. That's not the way it should be for you at the end of it. You
yeah,
should.
but
Exactly.
unfortunately,
You should be scared.
criminals have rights. Criminals
And I respect that. I didn't say go hang the guy and go beat him with stones. But at
I
the same
did.
I
time,
did. I
like
think
said,
that shit on every.
you should get a
on
little
this- every
needle like
Sunday.
my pet and go off to sleep, la la land. You ain't crossing the rainbow bridge. You did something bad.
Justin, do you think that if we did go back to old times and, every Monday morning at the courthouse, we have these child molesters and these people that behead children just
Hanging at the gallows right
we're
there.
going to hang from the tree today, or we're going to use them for target practice?
Yeah.
Would
I
it
mean,
stop it?
I
How do you feel
don't,
about that?
I mean, they still do this in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
It possibly could. It possibly could. Again, when people have nothing to fear, especially people that have no fear of going to jail, they're in and they're out. For them, doing crimes like this is like, oh, this is nothing. I'll be in and out in 2 years. The people that are not afraid of it. But it's true. There are some countries that they are still that strict. And yet you see how low that crime rate is, that people don't even try to attempt it. There's some countries where if you steal something, you lose your fingers and your hands.
Well,
Singapore. I think it's
exactly.
Singapore.
There it is.
I was raised
Yeah.
by a man that was Iranian,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot about his culture. I learned a lot about, what happens if you stole something.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell you something. It wasn't like America.
No.
They're going to get your ass that very first time.
Oh yeah.
And if you steal something, he would always tell me, they will cut your finger off.
Yep.
Yep.
You're not going to get away with just stealing something, whether
That's
it
if
be
you're lucky.
or, robbing a house. They're going to cut you. Robbing a house is different,
Right.
but you steal, your finger gets cut off.
You're gonna think twice. You're gonna think twice about stealing when you look at your hand. Going, it might cost me my hand.
What happens? What's wrong here? I mean, do we need to change some laws? I mean, I
Well,
always think about that.
yeah, I get that, but we also have to think that there's a lot of innocent people in jail too.
Absolutely.
Right, absolutely. But we're not discussing the innocent people. We're discussing those that are obviously guilty. The ones we're talking about acknowledging are the ones that are found guilty or obviously guilty of a crime. We're saying, how do we deter people from going higher up that Richter scale of shocking the shit out of us as humanity about how horrible you people can be on committing crimes? There needs to be some fear put back into that. And I think there's just way too much freedom and just not enough fear. People are just way out there, way out there.
You gossip, they would cut your tongue off. None of us would be talking right now.
We'd all be like, yeah, meh, 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 meh.
But you know what set the fear in my personal, family that, my stepdad is Iranian, and I mean, he wouldn't dare think about stealing a plant from Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would. There's just no way. He just wouldn't. And
Yeah.
I just wonder, the fear that he has over just a stolen item.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's weird to me, to listen to him and his culture and how he lived and, the things that he would say about crime that his country did not put up with. They just didn't.
Nope.
And I don't know. I don't know if you can relate to that, Justin.
Yeah.
But it's to me, I wonder, are we failing as Americans here, or is it what's happening? What would happen if this happened in Iran? What would happen?
Oh, they would have probably dragged that person
if you
and
kill a
killed them on the
child,
spot.
you're going to be hung.
They would have probably dragged them right out of the house and just
Or
stoned right on the spot. They wouldn't even have the police probably wouldn't have made it to arrest. They
wouldn't have a trial.
Well, I mean,
no trial.
you have in the third world countries, most of the police are corrupt. You can pay police off very easy.
Sadly,
very easy.
Yes. But what I'm saying is it would have been civil justice, what I'm saying. Before the police would even show up, you would have the civilians just like ready grabbing the person, dragging them out of the house. And once they found what they found, they would have beaten and killed that person.
But also I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Speaking of the police, if you pay some of the police enough money, you can have someone arrested.
That's corruption. I know it's corruption. Yeah. It's not good.
So,
or you can pay the police off and have your charges mysteriously disappear. Oh, look at that. I'm released from jail.
Do you know in the state of Texas, well, I'm not going to say the state. I'm going to say where I'm at, that you can get speeding tickets. You can get, traffic tickets. And there's lawyers here that you could just say, here, I got this ticket. And it vanishes.
Yeah.
If you don't go to court, it just vanishes.
Yeah.
I personally have never had a speeding ticket or anything like that, but I know many people that have, and I know the attorneys, and hey, go take it to this person, and it vanishes. You never even go to court.
Wow.
Speaking of speeding ticket, they are going to start doing speeding tickets by phone now.
What they're gonna call you and say, we caught you speeding.
Yes. It's an app you download.
No way.
And
wow.
If you get pulled over or something like that, the cop just he pulls up your license number and it sends it to your phone through the app.
Wow.
And you don't have to talk to the police officer because a lot of people are scared of police officers, I guess, and stuff. And you can pay it there on the spot, or request a judge, lawyer, anything.
Right. Whether you want to dispute it, true. You have that chance also
Yes,
to dispute your
but
ticket as well.
but
Yes.
but also the police officer can send you a nice message for good things that you have done, or he saw you do a
Oh
good
yeah.
deed or something.
They do that up here as well. Like if the police officer can do that, that if they find you a ticket or something, like I said, if you were, nice or didn't have a hard time, they can write like little notes on that ticket to say, the person was very cooperative. They didn't give me a problem. And sometimes they'll show up in court with the person and be like, yeah, I wrote the ticket. It was this much, we can drop it down a bit because the person was. So yeah, but that is interesting that they can do it that way now. Because for us, it's either like, usually it's in the mail. If you don't get it on the spot, like that way, and
Oh,
that
we
you're
get it on the
caught on the
spot here.
highway, they read your like they read your license plate, and then they send you the ticket in the mail.
Yeah, not here. They write it and everything here.
Yeah, like I said, they'll write it if they catch you. But say if it's the highway, right? So somebody's like speeding down the highway. So when you get off the paid highways, you have cameras to take the photograph of your license plate getting on the paid highway and getting off. So I'm saying if there's no police officer there, the camera can still catch it on the highway.
Yeah.
And you might think you got away with it, but there it is. It comes in the mail, and there's the picture of your car, how fast you were going, you coming off the highway.
Yeah.
You're like, we caught you.
Yeah.
You're like,
Listen,
"Job."
Yes.
what is your opinion on our very own Constitution where, cruel and unusual punishment? How do you feel about that being a taxpayer? And how do you feel about taking care of someone like this evil woman to eat
Right.
every day? How do you feel about that? Does it?
I mean, personally, I think it's just costing. First of all, I am not for profit jails. That needs to be taken out immediately, in my opinion. People who can own jails for profit. You know
Wait
that.
a minute. You have jails in America that are owned by people and not the government?
Private jails,
Blew my mind
absolutely.
away, Bet. I never knew that in 47 years.
Yes.
I thought all your jails and prisons were run by the government or the municipalities.
No.
No.
Oh, wow. Blow me away, timbers, people.
And they make so much money a day. That is human slavery / trafficking, if you ask me. I mean, it's just another form of it.
Oh my God. My prisons are run by the federal government and my jails are run by the provincial municipal. Nobody owns any. Wow, eh? I'm going to mute it a minute. That's amazing.
State ran prisons, absolutely, yes. It's like yeah, the state pays these jails so many per day. So much money per day per head. And that's why they give you the cheapest food, the crappiest everything. Now, federal prisons, I don't think they do that. I think there's no private, when it comes to federal. But, the federal system, prisons are a lot smaller. They're a lot nicer, than a state-run prison. But yeah, certainly can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Just sitting here pondering in my mind.
Yeah.
I think about that one. Oh gosh, I don't know his name. It just slipped my tongue. But the one where Jodi Arias is housed, and how they, there's no air conditioner. It's hot as hell in Arizona or wherever I can't remember the prison she's at. But that guy don't take no shit.
Oh, you're talking about that sheriff.
Yeah, the sheriff. Oh,
I think he's I don't know if he's sheriff now. He got in trouble.
He did?
Yeah, he got in a bunch of trouble.
Are you guys surprised they finally got caught?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
I just feel like it's such a fine line. We're talking about people in prison and in jail, because if it personally happened to any one of us, I don't believe that any one of us in chat or on panel could ever say we'd want that person fed.
Right, like
I don't.
like to me, if it's violent,
That's why I said
You know what I
violent
mean?
crimes. Yes,
Violent crimes. Now,
absolutely.
if it's a non-violent crime,
No,
you know,
misdemeanor, small things, of course not. But
right.
stuff like you take a life,
Yes,
you
like the
take
majors.
multiple lives. Why do you get a nice cell and a television and meals and snacks and commissary and you get a freaking education too? Like you see, you're going,
Yeah.
why are we doing all the hard work being good people on the outside when I can commit a crime, go to jail and get my bills paid for, get 3 meals, get a couple degrees paid for? You're just like, this is insane.
Yes.
People should be afraid of going to jail. People should be afraid of committing crimes. You know what? I am. That's why I've never been there except to visit. I've never gotten a ticket. I've never been in the backseat of a cop car. I've never been arrested. Why? Because as long as I've been small, I'm scared of going to jail. That's my deterrent. I don't want to be locked up and lose my freedom.
Yes.
I'm terrified of jail as well. I've never been to jail.
Petrified. I'm petrified.
But I will say this: you hurt my children, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
I sympathize with the grandparents of this baby boy. And I know that they're probably hurting like hell today.
Yes.
But if I was that baby's grandmother, hell no, she doesn't deserve to breathe. And I can't, I'm just trying to figure out in my mind, how in the hell can we allow people like this to even have a day in court? It bother mental or not.
Yeah.
You got to think at some point, I'm cutting my own child's head off. I mean, we're not talking about just taking and skating, guys. You know, I mean, it's hard for me. It's a process. Very.
I mean, yeah. I mean, think of those poor cops.
I just
that had
thought
to.
about that. They're never going to unsee what they see. They can never unsee what they saw. And I can't fathom they have to visualize that and see that for the rest of their lives. You can never unsee that.
You know, I don't know if it happens in everybody's city or state, but you can go to your local PD and you can ask them if you can ride along.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we have that up here. Yes, you can.
And I suggest everyone, and they do a background screen now.
Oh, of course.
If to go ride along with these policemen, go ride along and see what they see. And I'm going to tell you, the scenes that they go to, you're not exempt from seeing them. You can get out of that car when that officer says it's safe. You can go see those scenes. And I suggest that if you are into true crime, you like this kind of stuff, go see it for yourself, what they actually deal with. And sometimes your emotions will change because you see these policemen, they really do have hearts. They really are real people.
Of course.
And it tears I mean, for my own.
Think about it. They got to go home now and see their children, knowing after what they just witnessed. Now they're going to go home and hug their kids, but yet they can't forget what I said. I can't imagine the poor trauma these people must go through. I hope they have counseling for these people and just as much as they need, because it's just, you can't. Nobody's built to not feel anything. Don't matter how good of a police officer, army person you are. Nobody is a complete robot that they cannot feel anything when they see some of this.
Human. Yeah.
KNS posted, New York Post 2 hours ago, police learned that there were 3 kids were known to live there.
Where?
Somebody in the chat, KNS wrote in the chat.
Yes.
New York Post 2 hours ago, police learned that 3 kids were known to live there. We only saw 2. There were 3 kids? Just 3? Ooh.
Yes, there was 3. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, where's the other kids? I'm thinking.
Did it say anything in the article, in the New York Post article, by chance? Did it say anything about the children? Jeez, I think it was 2 more. I thought it was 1.
The neighbors had said they haven't saw any of the kids in days. So I'm like, are the other 2 okay? Did she hurt them? Where are they at? Are they with their grandparents? Are they with a friend?
He said no. The New York Post did not say where they were.
Are they
I hope
so,
they're in protective custody right now with somebody, something, and someone safe.
Did they see what happened?
No, nobody was there.
Nobody was there?
It was just, not just, I shouldn't say that. It was the child and the dog. Yeah.
God.
She was the only one that came out alive out of that house.
Yeah, because the devil was attacking her. I guess she must have thought the devil was her kid and a dog. Because again, it makes no sense.
I agree. I agree.
Justin, do you believe that possession, as far as demonic possession,
Yes.
is absolutely real?
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Theory, but for me, yes.
I don't know. I think I think, I don't think I think it's an evil spirit, but I don't think I don't think it's like it is in the movies. You know what I mean? I think you can have like an evil spirit over you or something, but I don't think it's like you're gonna, piss in the floor and say,
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Don't go visual with the movie Exorcism in that sense, but
yeah,
yes, I do. It's not common, but yes, I do believe that it's possible. I do believe it's possible. Only because there has been proven a few cases out there where it did happen. So I'm sure
yeah,
it's rare. It's rare, but
yeah.
it does happen.
So
Because because exorcisms are performed around the world various times. Why they perform? Because they believe that's what it is. And only exorcisms are performed once they have ruled out all medical conditions, all
yeah,
medical. Once they've
I've
ruled out
watched a
nothing
lot of
physical,
things on it
nothing
actually.
exactly. So for it to get to that level, you got to be like all cleared by medical where they're like, we think it's spiritual. So there has been rare cases where sadly demonic possession has happened. Sadly, sometimes they were able to do it, and sometimes the person perished in the process of trying to do it. So I believe in good because I know God exists. I also believe in the other side of the spectrum as well, that other side exists as well.
Hmm.
But I want nothing to do with it.
Absolutely not. Like, I mean, it's a, I think most of the time people are just evil in their hearts, but I think there are cases that, you know, I mean, I've never seen anything supernatural or anything like that. If I saw something supernatural, I would crap myself.
Have you never had the chance to like Google or look up, which I've done a few times, like actual like exorcism videos where you see
Oh
actual
yeah,
raw footage and you actually see the priest and everything? When
yeah.
you see that person and you hear the sounds coming out of them and languages that they're speaking that they never knew about, there's no way you sit there and going, "This is a really good actress or actor." You're going, there's something in there. They're making sounds and language and contorting their bodies in ways that a body shouldn't contort. So I've only seen a couple of them, but scary to watch even a couple minutes. I'm out because it's like, wow, this is heavy, intense stuff, people.
There was a guy on 60 Minutes who he was a Catholic priest and he performed, I don't know if it was 60 Minutes or if it was
Oh, I know what you
Dateline
mean.
or
You're
48
talking
Hours.
about. Yeah, there's one of those show specials. I know what you're talking about. Yes, yes.
Yeah. And he did exorcisms. He was and just like Precious Chaos said, they check for physical, if something's physically wrong or
Everything,
mentally
physically,
wrong.
mentally, they have to rule out that there's nothing physically, mentally, psychologically wrong with the person. Once they rule all that out, then they pass it over to the spiritual side and see then, and then they do their tests where they bring in the cross, the holy water, see if the person has a reaction. Once they do, that's how they kind of confirm it. Then they still got to write off to the Pope, get permission. And remember, there's only a handful of priests in the world that are able to actually
Yeah.
do this because only certain people went further to learn the proper the proper thing to how to properly do it. So there's only a handful of people in the world that can do that, and that's it. And like I said, they rule out everything before they even think about touching something like that.
Jen says, has anybody seen the recent video or the demon possessed woman at the border?
No, no, I did not. I didn't even hear about it.
Don't know, Jen.
When we talk about possession and bad spirits, it reminds me of a home in Gary, Indiana,
Yeah, you know that home.
Yeah.
You know that home.
and that
Yep.
I just,
Gary, Indiana just
That's
sounds evil to begin with.
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
one
To
from the
me.
70s. That's the is that the Exorcism one? Is that the which one's
well, it
that?
was a house that a family lived in, and she did not want to live there anymore, and they rented it. And just look it up because it's kind of off topic, but look it up. It's wild.
I know they're going to show about the one from Indiana. I know which one you're talking about. That's I think the Exorcist of the White House. I know which one you're talking about. The man with the they killed I know which one you're talking about. Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren went around to some of these places trying to I get what you're doing. They were demonologists trying to help them do their thing. So
Well, the police had been there several times, and the chief of police said that
it was
that
on
people
themselves.
were
Oh
in.
yeah. I saw that. He was like, I ain't going in there. The police would not go in there. Firefighters would not go in there. They would not go in there. They would get 911 calls. Something's at the address. They would just drive by. They wouldn't even go in that house. They were terrified. I don't blame you. I wouldn't go in there either.
The woman had children, and CPS had been called because
That's right.
so many times there was something wrong with her children.
Yeah.
And CPS was sitting in the house and watched this boy walk up a wall.
Oh yeah. I remember which story you're talking about. Yes, the one with the
Do you
children.
remember that
Yes.
too, Justin?
Yes.
Mhm.
And they were going to try to lose. Yeah. I remember they were going to try to take away her children. They literally brought their kids to the hospital. What confirmed it was the boy went up the wall, but he didn't do that in the house. That happened when he was in the hospital in front of the doctor, in front of the CP, in front of the worker, the doctor, and the parent, that the doctor turned around and walked out of the room and said, "This is beyond me." That was it. The doctor said, "I don't know what this is." So that happened at the hospital. So I did hear about that
I
story.
just wonder about things like that. Could there be an actual, could we confuse a possession with mental illness? I don't know.
No,
I'm not.
no,
Hold on.
I'm
Yeah.
not like that. You can't. No, that's mental doesn't go that way. That's why they said it's either possession or it could be an attachment. Sometimes a spirit entity could attach itself to you, and it's a negative attachment. It's just going to keep sucking, attaching you until it's removed off you, and you don't even realize it.
They're making a Netflix doc on which
Yeah.
one?
I think on the one on the Gary, Indiana, because it was a big news thing. It hit. I was in the news for about a good year or two. I remember Zach Bagan from Ghost Adventures bought that house. He bought that house
correct.
from that family because he did his documentary in there called The Demon House. So they were in that house for I don't know how many days or months. They filmed it, and then finally it was too much. They realized that place was too bad, and he tore down the house. So then he paid for the money to have the whole house torn down, and he just turned it into flat land. And then he released his documentary called Demon House.
And he took the stairs where the
Yes, he took the stairs out of there and put it in his museum. That's right. He put the stairs in his museum. Yep.
Ugh.
Go watch Demon House. Do you want to be scared? Go watch that and tell me you don't see stuff in that. Like I said, they just had cameras going all the time. Did you remember the part of the thing that went by the bedroom that shot by? I screamed so hard and jumped back. I grabbed my rosary and I threw it on. I was like, what was that dark shadow that just went by the holy? I lost it. It's pretty scary, people.
I didn't watch the end of it because they said if you watched it all the way to the end, be prepared. So I don't know what ever happened.
You know what I did to be safe?
I was like, no, I'm not grabbing today.
You know what I did to be safe? I ain't lying. I wore my rosary and I surrounded my TV in crystals and stuff and sage and stuff because I was so paranoid going, I don't want it to come through my electronic devices or somehow. So I did that to be safe. I did that. Just did a little.
But things like this, do.
Yeah.
I think I know this is going to sound really wild, but the mind
I'll type it in the chat.
of a killer, the mind of this woman, not what she did, but how she got there interests the shit out of me. I want to know where your mind's at. I want to know why your mind ticked the way it does.
Uh-huh.
And I think
about it. If you do have an evil possession or an attachment, you're not thinking for yourself anymore, are you? Because you have something else in your brain that's putting thoughts and putting ideas and making you think other things, right?
The closest thing I've ever came to demons or anything like that, my cousin John, him and I were the same, like basically the same age, and we were like almost brothers. And he went through this stage of, it was like he was like in 5th grade, and he would say he would see demons and stuff. and he would
Oh,
go
sorry
to
for that.
he would go to church and stuff like that. And then like one time we were playing and he's like, there's a demon behind you. And I'm like fucking the freak. I'm like, what the hell is he on?
Wow.
And I don't know. He said like
Kids
a
are more
prayer.
susceptible to that. Remember, children are more susceptible because as children, we are open-minded. We're all openly conscious. So
Well, he's a
children,
psychologist now. So
yeah. So for
I hope that
children,
was
you might experience it, but as you get older, you won't. But it's known that some children do see and experience that. If they have a gift, they usually kind of see it and sense it from a young age.
I need to ask him the next time I talk to him. We don't talk a lot much anymore, but
The movie is the documentary is called Demon House, Demon, Demon House, and you can actually find it on YouTube as well. Now it is on YouTube. I did find a copy of it on YouTube, but yes, it's on Netflix and other places, and you can get it. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody did upload it, and they just didn't catch it yet. So it is on YouTube, and that's the name of it, Demon House.
You know, my sister, I have had many encounters with the other side. I think my family has always been, honed into that. And when my sister was little and we visited Washington, D.C., we were at the Holocaust Museum. Well, as a child, my sister, she's climbing everywhere and she doesn't know, what we're actually witnessing and watching and the horror these people suffered. Well, she climbed underneath the guardrail and went and touched and played around on a bunk bed that was from the Holocaust.
Oh wow!
Well,
Got some energy on that.
days later, we are home and my sister is waking up in the middle of the night and she's telling my mother, Mom, I'm hearing different languages. I'm hearing different languages. And
Oh
we're like,
man!
go to sleep. I mean, she would wake us up and she was like, no, I'm hearing like kids and things. And she was too young to understand.
No, I get it. Where she was, what she was seeing. I know, I get it. I understand what you're saying.
And
Yeah.
well, I will never forget that it was really strong for her one day, and she was crying and saying, Mom, I don't know what they're saying. I can't tell you.
Because they
Well,
were speaking
we
German.
lived on a tri-level home where, bedrooms were all upstairs. Your second floor, was your living area. The bottom floor was your den and, the entrance to your garage. Well, Mom got up and was actually tired. This went on for a while. And every single cabinet in my mother's home was wide open. And she screamed so loud and she was like, somebody just come down here and witness this. As God is my witness, I went downstairs. Her husband went downstairs and those cabinets shut on their own. You want to talk about
Wow.
vows?
Wow.
It really happened. And
oh, I believe you.
That's why I've always been so much on the what happens to these people mentally, what happens in their minds. Is there something that we, us as society doesn't see behind the scenes that's happened and could possibly be very real? Now, does it justify you cutting your child's head off? Hell no, it doesn't.
yeah.
But
Chris Flowers, thank you so much for your super sticker. That's very, very kind of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
All I know is if I felt like the devil was attacking me, I'd be running to my local Catholic church and being, help me, Father, because I feel like the devil is attacking me. I mean, that's the first place I'm going to run to for help if I'm feeling something like that. I'm going to my church.
God, some days I feel like the devil's attacking.
I don't like how I'm feeling, Father. Please help me.
Justin, that's a good idea. If we could watch a trial together,
yeah,
that would be neat.
We can do that. That's the.
Tara, I was trying to not to laugh while Kim was talking, but that's funny what you wrote. Please put a Tara's comment. I didn't mean, look what she wrote up. Very mean. Look.
Who was it?
Tara, look what she says. That was so funny. I had to mute myself because I was laughing. She goes, very mean. I go off course and roll down my window past the Amityville horror house to scare my kids. I say, don't breathe.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's a good technique to keep your kids in line. Hey, fear works in different ways, doesn't it?
Terrace, she's got to be from New York, doesn't she? She has to be from New York. She's got that accent, or like Boston or something like that. That's just so funny. Don't breathe, kids.
Brings a whole
Don't
new
breathe.
perception of holding your breath going over the train tracks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just in the middle of, gosh, the human mind is so interesting to me as far as what people are capable of
Yes.
at any moment that the switch flips. It's. I don't want to use the word amazing to me, but it's not the
Neither
proper
do.
word. But hell, I don't know. I just don't feel like this woman should take her next breath.
No.
Oh, Iris, you're into the paranormal things? I didn't know that.
Really? Yeah. Many people, well, there's people out there that do have gifts, and just because we don't use them every day, we kind of just don't talk about that. We kind of were born and have them,
Sure.
because again, I acknowledge those that actually, have their gift and they do use it every day. Like they consciously chose to use their gift every day. And those are the ones I know, not me who just gets a moment every so often. I don't want to use it.
Iris has a group. Iris, if you email me or
Oh,
give
yeah,
it to a mod or something, we can
absolutely.
advertise it for you. Put it in the chat. You can put the
Oh,
name or
Angie
whatever.
G look at Angie G's comment. She was there.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it. I saw that footage. I know that house was whatever that was messed up. There was something messed up in that house property, man. Very evil in that house.
I try to think in my mind, something that evil that did happen there, whatever it was. That woman did not hurt her children.
Yeah.
That woman reached for help. And so there again, I go back to this woman. You decapitated your son.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. Like I said, did you perceive your son and the dog as being the devil that was attacking you? Because that's pretty crazy that you saw the dog and your child as the devil and you were attacking them to defend. Like, that's why I'm going, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Hopefully we'll get it one day. They'll drop a statement. We'll know she had drugs, mental health. Like, hopefully we'll know, because at this point, I know I don't know. I don't know. She's crazy.
Either way, it's evil. What happened is evil. That poor child.
Yeah, it is
And
the worst. The worst. It's
seeing
really,
that ultrasound, it's like you can see back in time and see the future at the same time, and you look back and you see that picture of that little bitty bean in there and only had 6 years of life.
I don't think I could ever be a defense attorney ever in my life.
Me neither. I said the same thing. I could never defend. I can be a prosecutor. I could never defend somebody for a crime. Even if I know, again, even if I believe they're innocent, it's just me. I can't do it. I got to be a prosecutor. Yeah.
I went to Ed and Lauren's house and I peed myself laughing. I really peed myself laughing. I don't know that
Yeah,
house.
I don't think I'd be going there. I mean, God bless. They're cool, but they have a lot of they got a lot of artifacts that are like, haunted and stuff in their museum they keep. So no different than I wouldn't go through the Zach Bagans museum. It's just too many artifacts that are stuff. I just would be too uncomfortable. Something going to F me up. So I'm good. I'll go to Disney World. I'm good.
Sorry, y'all. I literally have my tinfoil hat on. It's funny. Oh my goodness.
Have you ever seen the movie Fallen?
No.
No.
Describe it a little bit. What's it based on? Then I'll remember it.
I won't watch it. My mother's asked me to watch it numerous times after I visited a crime scene.
Okay.
And I was told that there was a negative energy that was attached to me and over the summer. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. Well, I noticed a huge difference in me. I was very angry. I was just, I was pissed off 90% of the time. And my mom kept saying, I need you to watch this movie, Fallen, Kim. This is the reason why I don't want you to go to crime scenes. And I believe that negative energy is gone now. I had some work done and gone, but it's very, 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 you got to be prepared. You know what I mean?
That would be a reality show in all its own, Tina.
Yeah.
Marissa and I going ghost hunting.
Yeah. No,
We would
thank you.
we would
No,
we
thank you.
would make one human being by smashing into each other,
thank
trying to just
Well, thank-
Yeah.
Hey, Tara, I mean, you got something in common. I met Annabelle as well, but I wouldn't touch her until I had the rosary around me and everything else. And then I saw her and touched her.
Why in the hell would you touch her?
Because she managed to come to my home city, and I thought this is a once in a chance of a lifetime to see this doll with my own eyes. But I made sure I was packing in the God stuff when I went near her because I didn't want anything to happen.
Packing
to
in
me.
the God stuff.
I didn't want her to like attach herself to me or attack me or do anything.
Uh-uh.
But I still wanted to see her because she was gonna come through my city for a quick little tour. Well, I want to meet the girl.
I want to meet the girl.
And I got a picture, and I got a couple of pictures taken with her too.
Funny.
I would like to visit the museum in Las Vegas one day.
Yeah, the Zach Baggins, the museum there. Both of them are amazing. Between Zach Baggins, like I said, and Lorraine's Warren's museum, they have, their artifacts go back. So just everything. It is pretty amazing.
What is this, like artifacts of what? Haunted stuff?
Yeah, haunted stuff, even stuff from wars. It's just stuff people claim. Pitch paintings. People didn't want them. They feel energies and stuff. So basically, that's what they do is they're collecting possessed or negative stuff in these museums and kind of keeping them in there.
I will tell you something about me. When it comes to antique furniture, I am very particular about what antique furniture I like because I feel like energy off of it. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I feel like it just gives me a feeling. I have to actually like feel like enlightenment before I'll buy an antique furniture.
That's kind of like how I am going into estate sales. I love them.
Mhm.
But if I feel that juju, bougie,
Yeah, don't buy
shit
it.
on
Yeah.
we ain't walking
Same
through.
way. Don't buy it.
Yeah. I
Don't
know
buy it.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Somebody said something. Two Boston moms said, "Did you hear?" Please, I can't even say can you just put up what she said? Because I can't even say that word.
That's disgusting.
That's why I feel disgusted. I don't want to say the word. Did you hear this? Oh, this is horrible. Really? Really?
Oh my good God.
What is going on in America?
We're asking the same thing.
Wow. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. I hope she goes to jail too. That's disgusting. And I hope she gets fed the same food straight from the source.
Yeah,
That's some
exactly.
disgusting. That's just horrible.
That's appalling.
So what do you think her defense is going to be? Can you
I don't know.
Protein?
What'd you say?
Protein, I don't know. I mean,
These freaking kids are driving me nuts.
kind of disgusting,
This is what
but
you
it
came
just
up with? Really? How about you quit being a teacher? This is not the solution.
I mean, why would a teacher do that? I mean, she's got to have something sick in her head to do that. You know what I mean?
I guess the same way a principal could want to touch children, you know?
Sick. Just sick.
There's something wrong, and I just don't feel our laws are tough enough. I mean, that's in my opinion.
No,
But I feel like the elderly.
But our laws are much more tougher than like
agree
the UK or Canada.
But at the same time, look at the crime rate that goes on in my country, in the UK. It's not even a fraction of what happens in your country.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, when it comes to usually murder or anything like that, like, does Canada have the death sentence?
No, we used to.
I didn't think so.
So at one point we did have it because my own jail in my own city used to have gallows with hangings. So we did used to.
It ended in the 70s, I think, in Canada. Didn't
Yeah,
it?
around
Something like
70s, I think, is
Yeah.
when 70s, 80s when they got rid of it.
Yeah.
But we did have it as well. Yes.
You know, occasionally I look at that website for Texas, like, you know, who's being executed at Huntsville. And I look at their last meals and what they ask for. and I will sit here and I will cuss this computer up and down, around. It might even hit the floor, but it pisses me off to watch these people that have really done damage
Uh-huh.
to be able to request McDonald's. I mean, even a dollar hamburger. No.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, guys, I have to go pick up my children. It's about that time.
About that time to get the kids.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
exams today,
Daddy.
so my baby's home.
What's that?
I said my daughter had exams and
I
she
read
was
that.
exempt because
Yeah.
of her good grades. I'm so proud of her.
That's
But she's
awesome.
laid up in her bed with her little niece. So,
Well,
Aw.
good. That's with her knee.
yes, sir.
I didn't know if you said knee or niece. I couldn't
I'm
understand.
trying to still talk with my wisdom teeth out. I feel like I have a lisp some way.
It does. It does in the
Join the
beginning.
club, sister. Join the
It
club,
does in the
sister.
beginning
I'm
until like
trying.
the mouth and the gums teeth adjust. Then you'll lose the lisp. It always happens in the beginning.
I feel like there's like 2 humps in my back of my mouth
I
and
know.
shoestrings that I'm swallowing, and I feel like I could drive my own head through the wall.
Well, when am I going to lose the lisp?
I won't.
You were born with that, baby.
Yes,
You
honey.
were
Yes.
born this way, baby. Diva parent, you're not supposed to, Diva. You're supposed to have this perfectly right the way it's supposed to be.
Well, I hope to
All right,
see you
guys.
later, Justin. Thank you for allowing me on your panel.
Oh, thank you guys for coming up. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for your support, your kindness, everything. So much gratitude for each of you. If you guys will be kind and hit the thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it on your way out. Okay? And I will see you guys soon.
Absolutely. I'll
All
send
right.
you an email a little bit later on just to check it out.
Okay.
Because I got some
Thank
stuff to
you.
send you. Have a great day, everybody. Day
All
or
right.
night around the world, wherever you are. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.